The alarm rings at exactly 6:30 a.m. The sound is neither shrill nor soft, just a perfect clinical chime that has pulled him from sleep for years. He doesn't remember setting it anymore, he just knows it will ring. In red bold letters, Tuesday glows on the digital clock. Another work day. He sits up, rubbing his face. The sheets are the same, the air is the same. The city outside is already moving. Cars honking, distant sirens, the muffled shuffle of early commuters. It all bleeds together into a flat hum, like white noise from a tired machine clinging to purpose. His apartment is small and functional. A bedroom, a desk shoved into the corner, a kitchen that's too clean to feel lived in, fresh bananas sit in a bowl by the sink, a narrow shower, and a couch that sags slightly in the middle. Life is manageable. The coffee maker clicks on at 6:45 a.m. He never remembers pressing the button. It just happens. He watches it drip, slow and steady, as it always has. Shower, suit, toast. He steps outside at 7:25 a.m. sharp. The street is damp with last night's rain, reflecting street signs and morning light. A bus rumbles past at the exact moment he locks his door. It always does. The same woman walks her dog at the corner, a golden retriever. She nods at him like she does every morning. He nods back. He steps onto the subway platform, third pillar from the left. Same spot he's always stood. The train arrives and he boards. The same faces, the same murmured voices. A creeping unease tugs at the edges of his mind, but it's too vague to name. A misplaced sense of repetition. A feeling of déjà vu that vanishes the second he tries to focus on it. At work, the same emails, or are they? His co-workers shuffle in and out, their words predictable. The same conversations, right? But not in a way that feels unnatural, just routine. His boss says something, and he almost interrupts. Almost says, "Didn't you say that yesterday?" But the words catch in his throat. He isn't sure. Maybe he's imagining it. He tries to change things, sends a different email and misspells a word on purpose. But later, when he looks again, the correction has already been made. He must have fixed it himself, without thinking. The same lunch special at the cafe downstairs, the same slightly burnt taste, the same news broadcast playing on the television in the corner about bringing animals back from extinction. His reflection stares back at him in the glass, and for a moment, something about it bothers him. But when he leans in, there's nothing unusual, just his own tired eyes looking back at him. The feeling lingers. A quiet, nagging thing that he couldn't point out what's wrong. But there's no real reason for it. Wednesday. The alarm rings at exactly 6:30 a.m. The sound is neither shrill nor soft, just a perfect clinical chime. He sits up before it finishes, his body anticipating it before his mind catches up. The coffee maker clicks on at 6:45 a.m. He never remembers pressing the button. He watches the dark liquid drip, slow and steady. His hands hover above the machine for a second too long. Did he touch it, or did it just happen? On his way out, the bus rumbles past. The woman with the cute golden retriever nods. He stands by the third pillar from the left, but before the train arrives, he moves one pillar down. A small change, a test. The train pulls in. The doors open. The subway doors slide open, with people still arranged the same way as yesterday. A man in a navy suit glances up at him, then back down at his phone. A woman in a red coat shifts her bag slightly, making room for him like she did yesterday, or the day before. His throat tightens and he clears it. At work, he closes his email before reading the first message, stands up, walks to the break room. A co-worker is already there, stirring sugar into their coffee. Morning, they say. He doesn't answer. He watches their hand. Their spoon turns the liquid in perfect, identical circles, like a motion on repeat, a loop. His fingers curl into his palms. Something is wrong, but he just doesn't know how. The hours blur. Time stretches, repeats, and then collapses in on itself. He stops trying to change things and watches instead. The same bus will rumble past his apartment. The subway doors will open at the exact second as always. His co-workers would greet him with the same intonations, the same freaking timing. By Thursday, he starts predicting things under his breath. The cashier at the cafe will say, "Busy day?" before handing him his coffee. The man in the navy suit will check his watch at exactly 8:45 a.m. The break room television will replay the same news segment about the return of dire wolves and woolly hamsters for some reason. It happens every time. Every word. Every glance. He isn't guessing anymore. He knows. Friday, he skips the subway. Walks instead. A different route. Different streets. Different people. It's going well so far. He passes a small bakery. A woman in a green jacket steps out holding a pastry bag. She bumps into him. "Oh, sorry about that," she says with a polite smile. Something clenches in his gut. This is messed up. This is not possible. She said it before she hit him, before she even touched him. The moment shatters for him as wrongness seeps into the world around him, deeper than before. He rushes to work, his breath uneven, his heartbeat an offbeat drum in his ears. By noon, everything feels like static. He doesn't check his emails, doesn't eat, just sits at his desk staring at his hands. The day ends, the week ends. He walks home in a fog. He steps into his apartment, locks the door, and stands in the dim light of his kitchen. The air is stale. His reflection in the microwave glass doesn't move. He hears the tiny buzzing of fruit flies over the bananas on the sink counter. Hold on. Ripe bananas. So he wasn't crazy after all? Was it all in his head? Sudden relief gushed into his being. He'd kiss the fruit flies if he could. Everything made him too weary for dinner, and he went straight to bed, to shut that paranoid mind. Then the alarm rings. 6:30 a.m. In red bold letters on the digital clock. Monday.